Here, we're playing Voyager Glidecar. I don't think this is a card that's going to go in any other deck besides our Collector's Cage build, but I think it's a really, really good fit for a few reasons. I'm trying to zoom in. I think I disabled the zoom, trying to get Magic Online to work a bit better. But Voyager Glidecar is a 1-mana 2/3 vehicle. Whenever it enters, you scry 1, and you can tap 3 other untapped creatures you control until end of turn. This creature becomes an artifact creature with flying, and you get a counter on it. So ETB scry 1 on a 2/3 body, and it also become a nice flying attacker. So it also can crew for 1. So this card is really, really nice in this deck for 2 main reasons. One, it's an artifact in your Mox Opal aggro deck. Getting to play Memnite, Ornithopter, Esper Sentinel, Collector's Cage, and now Voyager Glidecar as much of like incidental high-quality artifacts lets you like triple spell on turn 1, double spell turn 2, really, really easily, which is really important in a deck that's basically just trying to get 3 creatures into play and then cast a big spell for 0 mana with Windbrisk Heights or Collector's Cage. Additionally, the fact that it's a 2/3 is really, really big. One problem with the Collector's Cage deck can be sometimes getting creatures with different power in play. So like Ornithopter being 0 power is really, really good because then you can have Ornithopter 2 1 power creatures. You put a counter on one of the 1 power creatures and you have 1/2/0. But the fact that this is a 2/3, just giving you more diversity of power toughness, to a lesser extent, Warden of the Inner Sky does a similar thing. This is really important, and this helps a lot here. Now, in some builds previously, we played Force of Virtue plus Cavalier of Gales instead of Emrakul the Aeons Torn. You may remember the reasoning for that is that Force of Virtue is a pretty good card in this archetype, and it gives you a way to get the big thing out of your hand. Right now, Emrakul just a dead draw, but the big upside of being able to cast it for free with Heights or Collector's Cage. And I think that it's important to... It's good to be back on Emrakul also for 2 reasons. One, you have extra library manipulation with the Glidecar. You have an extra way to scry. It's not huge, but it helps a little bit. But also because this is a vehicle, I think you don't want to play like 4 vehicles and 4 virtues, where it's really important to have just as many creatures as possible to crew this. Playing Torpor Orb and Collector's Cage on the sideboard since last time, but I think let's just go ahead and get into it. Yeah, hopefully you run into Mill. Blood Moon or Bust. I'm once again requesting a Blood Moon. Blood Moon is kind of weirdly positioned at the moment. Okay, on the play. We've had this exact draw a lot. I like this draw too because we can go... You get to go turn 1 Windbrisk Heights. If you see Emrakul or Emeria's Call under that, then you play Ajani turn 2, and if you don't, you play Cage turn 2. Phoenix seems premium. I mean, in this build, it's only good with on your Street Wraiths. Hopefully we're playing against the Glass Cannon Titan deck. Kazar with the 22 months. Thank you. Welcome back. I'm told there's an update to fix the lag being pushed out today. Yeah, no challenge today. I think our next challenge is going to be Friday. Alright, it seems like we can wait on the Ornithopter. Ugh, that's a good card. Hopefully we hit something big under this cage right now. Take it. That'll work. Sample Frog with the 6 months. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. Please tell me the chance the Cactus is playable. The 7 mana vanilla creature, it does have 10,000 power when it attacks. It would be playable if it had 10,000 power in all zones. That card is completely unplayable in Modern. Someone emailed me yesterday that you could Vesper Lark it back, which is kind of cool, but it's just not a playable Modern plan still. Nice discharge into bombardment into Ranger Captain. Welcome to modern. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. It'd be nice to be Sideboard games, is what I mean to say. Email, yeah, I get a lot of emails with deck ideas. It's not very often I use them, but if I ever use your email, I'll shout you out. You know, if I ever use your idea, I will. I don't. Surely it's had to have happened once, but I can't really recall. One of my favorite emails to get are like the cutest, like very like when people get really excited about like very like normal modern interactions. You know, that's when I get some faith back. Oh yeah, I forgot about the co-commentary email. That one was. That's like a classic meme on this channel. There was someone who, like a long time ago, who emailed me and they were like, "Hey, Spike, do you want a permanent co-commentator on your channel? I would like to come be a permanent co-commentator on your channel because I think it would be fun." And I just thought that was also like the cutest email I've ever received. It's just like, no. Thank you for your interest. I'm not looking for a permanent co-commentator at this time. I guess I should have played the Glidecar first so that I could see if I was something I wanted to cage. Good sequencing update going forward, maybe? Oh, baby. My opponent's about to get card. I am looking for paid actors, though. All right, let's take the Ocelot Pride, I guess. All right. Oh, but that's in the title. My defense, I was still sleepy when I made the title. Oh, there's a G in there. Okay, I don't know. Door with the 4 months. Thank you. Welcome back. How's this been feeling? It's just like usual. I feel like this is a deck that does a lot of high rolling. But when it does that high rolling, boy, does it feel good. So in these spots, I mean, so, you know, it's not much. Not like you have to play around a lot, but I think it's best to play around Solitude by going Glidecar, Ornithopter, then the Warden, then you get your Scry. Yeah, hard to say no to second Ajani. Damage hearing the window through mics. Wait, what do you mean damage hearing? I mean, it's very windy outside. But I've never heard damage hearing before. Ah, damn, I see. I thought it was a term only used in audio pervertry. Well, I thought my opponent was a slow Jeskai gamer. Seems like maybe they're a slow Esper player instead. Alright, the Prismatic Ending by Warden. After about 3 minutes. Turn off the animations at Daybreak Games. I posted your banner in Discord and Torpor immediately messaged me. Well, you don't need to do that, but I'm glad he saw it, and I hope they disable it. It is just kind of ridiculous. I know, it is kind of funny. It's my new tweet, my new way to tweet, just post a big text in the top corner. So they're playing... Consider's not going to be Goryo's. It's going to be Esper Oculus, I guess. Esper Murktide? I think they're casting a Murktide right now. Alright, easy peasy. Banger, please. We have 4 more looks if we miss on our cage, at least. Moto doesn't have animations? No, they added new animations. Here, I'll show you. Get Emrakul, nerd. Alright, so everything was fine. Everything was totally fine in Modern. And then, or on Magic Online for like 2 weeks. And then they did this. They added this treatment. And I'm like 99% sure this is what's causing the lag. I'm sure because the last time they did basically exactly this, everything was broken and laggy again. These are kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool that they're textured. It's not so cool that it's worth breaking the client every single time you add them. You need to fix. You need to figure out what's causing the lag with these, or just not implement it. It is cool. I like that they're trying to make Magic Online more aesthetic. I like that they're working on it. But they can't do this at the cost of making the client unfun to play. Did I write a ticket? I did something better. I posted a text post at the top of my stream. I've been Emrakuling people a lot this league. Can't you turn off animation settings? You can't turn off that animation. That's also part of the problem. You can. I already have normal animations turned off because they also cause lag, but that's not an animation you can turn off. I thought it was known foils make you lag. Yeah, it's. I don't know if I don't know if the devs are as aware, and I agree. These look cool. I hope that they can figure out a way to where it doesn't make the client unplayable. But these are not so cool that I'm happy making every single match worse. So I can play my entire hand turn 1. Oh, let's keep. Opponent's on a mold of 6. I love it when they planeswalkers say their catchphrases when they enter. Is that something that happens on Arena? I don't think we don't need to be hating on that. I could have so much fun with that. Can still play my whole hand here. Seems maybe better for me to hold this Mox Opal, because this would let me holding this Opal would let me play and activate a Collector's Cage next turn. Seems kind of nice. Gonna put a counter here. Playing this so I can accrue a card here. Card's been pretty good. Card's been pretty good. Attacking with a turn 2, 4/5 flying version of it's nice. Seems like they probably have a removal spell. Maybe it's a Leyline Binding if they're playing Triomes. One short of Kitty's Blessing. No removal spell. I'm a little bit worried. I would be worried I would get Wrath the Sky next turn if my opponent wasn't playing so slow, but we might get Pest Control to Wrath here. What's the thought process guiding you to Car over Warden of the Inner Sky? Well, one, Car's a new card. It's important to play test it. It's an artifact for Mox Opal. But what's leading you to not look at the deck list before you ask questions? Because we have 4 Warden of the Inner Skies in the deck. We're playing both. I think they're both good, and they both can fit in. Thought about playing Saga for this deck. I don't think this is a good Saga deck. We're really, really white heavy. It's like, it could be, there's definitely some upsides for sure. Like, just the fact that a Saga can be 3 creatures by itself is interesting. But I haven't tried it in this deck, I think. I do think Mox Opal makes it significantly more interesting for whatever that's worth. Okay, resolved. I think I'm gonna hit an Emrakul. I can feel her coming, feel it coming. Can feel those sweet tendrils coming from the Aeons Torn. From the wait, what do you call it? I told you I could censor the blind eternities. Now I don't need to do anything yet, of course. I read on Discord somewhere you can disable animations to lag. I promise. Look, disables. Animations are disabled. You can't disable the new foils they added, and I'm really sure that this is the issue because this exact same thing happened like a month ago. They added new animations you couldn't disable, and the client was laggy. And what did they do? All they did was turned off those animations. Only for 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, they just added them again. It's crazy. But yeah, we're just gonna wait to respond to whatever they do instead of trying to proactively Emrakul here and lose to a removal spell. Not that it really seems like they have a removal spell for whatever that's worth. My one regret is I didn't cast another Emrakul that match. Turn 1 Esper Sentinel is quite good. I think I'm going to keep this in. Pretty slow, but we are on the play. We've got triple hideaway. We have Emrakul hanging out. But it's on a mold of 6. Mold of 5. Yeah, Glidecar does help a little bit against sweepers. If they did Supreme Verdict, we would have been able to take an extra turn. You can sack Glidecar to Flare. Okay, only if it's a creature, right? Yeah. Sorry, the lag is getting to me. Do you think a green-white scales cageless has any legs? I built one. If the new Gearhole could get Collector's Cage, I'd be more interested, but can't do that. Disable the animations, Magic Online! How do you... How? Can we learn from a mistake, please? At this point, I really hope it is the animations, but... Surely it is, right? Alright, so if they have a Felia, I think I want to wait on my cage activation. Yeah, I need to put the banner back up. Alright, hopefully no Solitude. Oh, there's a Solitude. Daybreak Games. Disable the animations or I play Balatro. You have 1 hour. You have what? You have 24 hours. Ooh, a Binding Grace. It is kind of ironic how slow the OBS like text thing is. In the middle of me complaining about slow animations. Really says a lot about society. Also, if double blocking was fixed, we could play around Solitude better by the way. Or not fixed, but how I used to play. You have 24 hours. Ooh, they're Abzan. They're Abzan, and we're cooked. Let's go to game 2. Gonna bring in the Torpor Orbs. A little bit of tension with Ajani. I think just going down Ajani's for Orbs is nice, although Ajani is so good in the deck. I'm probably not going to play Balatro tomorrow, but don't tell Daybreak Games. They have to treat this as a credible blackmail. So don't seem so bad here. I mean, I don't know. They're going to probably have like Relic, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Ephemerate. They're going to have like 16 non-creature spells. Is that bad? You can also buff the Sentinel too. Yeah. Oh, I would hate to play Balatro. Yeah, Orb is pretty crazy against them. Is it truly Abzan if we didn't see Siege Rhino? Oh, they've got Siege Rhino in their deck for sure. Wasn't Gab playing Siege Rhino the other day? So crazy. Alright, on the play. Yeah, we go turn 1 Sentinel. They can't Relic, they can't Thoughtseize, they can't push on turn 1. Oh, it was a step, I see. Oh, that was a game they mulled to 5. Uh-oh. I trophy with your mono red Asmo Monument last night. Love the list. So good to play Asmo again. Yeah, I think the deck's great. I'm glad you're liking it. Copter is a way to discard your Emrakuls. I mean, the problem with any way to discard Emrakul reduces your card quality is the seems to be the problemo. So scrying before I play my Windbrisk Heights here. Okay, so now I guess we play this. We keep the orb on top. And then we go orb. Orb into Heights. Which has been deck before Predator, Frog, or Mono Red. Mono Red for sure. It's actually not so bad here. Get to draw a card too. Cage is an interesting one to see on top. Yeah, I feel like I actually just want to draw that as well. Why are they on green? We saw Insidious Fungus, which implies Ranger Captain and or Bright Glass Gearhulk. So they might be playing Siege Rhino. I think it's more likely they have Gearhulk in their deck. Oh, right, the Stony Silence. I'm going to tap that to Warden, I suppose. Also, the Guided Soul's not doing a lot with the Orb in play. No, you can only activate this as a sorcery. Well, at least Sentinel was a drew me to this game. Alright, I think with nothing good under the Heights, let's just go to the next match. Keep it moving. I think you have to keep these. This hand gets significantly better if we draw Ornithopter, Memnite, Glidecar, Esper Sentinel, Collector's Cage. That was on my list. My opponent asks if I'm the real one, and I just don't know. I don't know if I'm the real one. But I try to be. Alright, so we can replay Heights next turn. Smallpox, huh? Thoughtseize me! Okay, you wouldn't have a third removal spell in Modern, would you? In my Modern format, 3 removal spells in 1 game? Okay, you wouldn't have push, Solitude, Ephemerate. Not to me. Okay, thank you, opponent. So not Smallpox, just playing White Orchid Phantom. They return the Solitudes. So let's see if they have a white card to pitch. Ooh, what's exciting about... oh, okay. Interesting. I was going to say what's interesting about the Solitude is that when they Solitude my Memnite, I would get to trigger Ocelot Pride, but then they didn't do that. So presumably their hand was like, they had Overlord and they have a black card to pitch. There's a Ketramos. I want them to ban Solitude just so 3 out of the 5 pitch elementals are banned. I mean, this is just agenda posting, which is all anyone does on this channel, but it seems a little weird to me. Okay, so they bought back Flickerwisp and they main phase pitch Solitude. Did they really assemble Solitude plus Ephemerate here? Yeah, I'm not arguing with anybody on Solitude right this second. But yeah, I think in general I like Solitude and Modern a lot. I think it's pretty balanced. Would I say that disabling animations of my agenda? Yeah, but it's like an agenda for the people, so the client could be like playable again. What animations? The new yellow border cards from Aether Drift have an animation that I feel pretty confident is what's causing the lag. I'd love to be wrong, you know. I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, but don't feel super wrong about it. All right, let's keep this show moving. Got a lot to get to today. Do you think opponent could come back from solituding a 1,000 power cactus? They maybe from 1,000, a 10,000 power cactus. Also, yes, because you respond to the trigger. You respond to the trigger, and they gain 1 life. I've ever played Kragwa Cremator, or sorry, I've ever played Pauper Spike. Yeah, I played Pauper. Actually, there was a time where I played a lot of Pauper. When it was the only format you could still play Treasure Cruise in. It was banned in Legacy and Modern. I guess you could play it in Standard, but it wasn't so good in Standard. But I played a lot of Pauper with Treasure Cruise. It was really broken, and then I ended up playing a good amount of like Pauper Affinity and Pauper Elves back in the day, and I stopped being so interested in Pauper because I think Pauper, you know, as much as like people like to talk about Modern Horizons ruining Modern, like I feel like these like supplemental sets are worse for Pauper than any other format. It's just like I really feel like Pauper should not have the supplemental sets at all at this point. But that's also, I guess, not my area of expertise. I think we'll put this one back. Speaking of elves, I know you try them every big set. What do you think they need? Wrath Disguise to be banned is something. Goblin Bombardment gone is something. Needs a lot. That's an Emrakul. Alright, let's find a creature. That's a creature. And we can have 3 different powers, too. I do think it's cool, like, of all of the, like, fan-constructed formats, you know, Tiny Leaders, I guess Pioneer kind of became a real thing. But out of all these kind of, you know, fan formats, I think it's nice that Pioneer is the one, or sorry, Pauper is the one that had the real staying power. I think just any creature I'm happy enough to draw here. But I'm going to try to wait on this Emrakul until my opponent taps out or casts a Solitude. Wasn't Pauper made on Moto first? Was it? I thought it was like a fan format, and it became like a Magic Online thing. After EDH? Yeah, after EDH. Oh, I think I said 60 card format, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. Y'all always got me doubted. Do not Solitude me! I think I might get Solitude in chat. I want to cast my Emrakul for 0 mana. I hate 0 mana cards for 0 mana in Modern. Are awful. I want to cast my Emrakul for 0 mana. It's all too fine. I mean, literally, yes. It's like actually very important that 0 mana spells can stop my Emrakul I'm trying to cast for 0 mana on turn 3. Unironically, yes. This is doing a good thing right now. Wrath the Skies. Okay, let's play Death Shadow. Death Shadow time. Okay, so I wanted to play. Let's actually get the. Let's get a Detective's Phoenix though. I think I'm down to play 1 Detective's Phoenix.